of us.
Yeah, the three of us are on the island.
And actually, throw in Jaime on the island too.
Jaime and I would have our own little bungalow, right? I feel like I can motivate him too, right, to help me build stuff. We'll be on one side of the island. You guys get your own.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like Jaime and I would thrive.
You don't think Double China is gonna do something?
I don't think Double China's gonna do
Tag
it.
Team BJ is not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
Tag
I don't
Team
think so.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I
You
feel
would
like
take-
I think you guys would have lesbian love one night.
Yeah.
I think I would.
And I'd
Yeah.
fuck Jaime in the ass.
Excuse me?
Go ahead, Jaime.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck you.
No.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What?
He said
No,
thank you.
you guys are attractive Chinese women.
Get nervous? Go on.
You guys so nervous. That was so
Chinese
sad.
woman.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chinese women.
Yeah. That was so sad.
Do you know my name?
Yes.
What is it?
Adriana.
Yeah. Okay.
Adriana is
Good.
Alex.
Okay.
Oh.
And what's Betty's real name?
Jean.
Jean Hong.
Jing Jong.
Jean Hong. Yeah.
Jing Jong.
Jean. Jean.
Yeah. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you doing a bit?
No, man. This is real.
So you don't know their names?
Yes, but say it one time.
No, don't say it. Don't say it.
Wait.
Don't say it.
I'm not gonna say.
He
it.
does have a speech impediment.
I do have a speech impediment. I have dyslexia, so like I hear it differently.
Oh.
Like, how do you-
I feel bad.
But I did.
So I'm gonna tell you their names one more time, and then.
Summers.
Yeah.
Okay. Her name is Jai Ying.
Jai
Jiao Ying.
Joey.
Ying Summers.
Yes.
Right? And this is Andrea Jin.
Andrea.
Just remember the first name.
Andrea.
Jiao Ying.
Joey.
Andrea.
Andrea.
Jiao Ying.
Joey.
Andrea.
we do this often.
Yeah. So is that
Really often?
Yeah, is that burned into your memory?
Yes.
Okay, so in a couple
So-
of minutes I'm gonna ask you.
Jesus Christ.
He's gonna fail. I already know.
No, it'll be
Hey,
fun.
you know what word I can't say? That it sounds like racist.
What?
What do you call your spouse? Like the other person, like Zane.
Partner?
No.
Or
Boyfriend.
Another one. The S word.
significant other?
Yeah. I can't
Spouse.
say it. No,
Oh,
she said it.
you can't say significant
Try it.
other.
Significant.
So-
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
Try it. Just try your
I'll
best.
say it off camera.
We're gonna learn to teach you.
Okay, you want me to say it? But
Yeah. We'll cut it out if it's too
Oh,
crazy.
no.
Yeah.
Okay, say it. Everybody say it, and then
Significant other.
Significant other.
Significant other.
fit.
You just said the L word.
We might have
You
to
just
cut
said the L word.
We might have to cut
You
that.
said a shit L word that fits.
That was a crazy roll call. I was not expecting the fourth one to sound like that.
I can't. That's how
I honestly saw it coming. Because you wouldn't say
That
it.
was insane.
I know something's off with you.
I just I don't understand how you say significant other and then you come up with that.
Look at it one hand. Just look at it.
Just can you read it? Read it. maybe.
Just even say it that way.
Yeah, say it like that.
Say sig?
No, just let him do it. Go
Okay.
go ahead.
Big
Say the F.
Oh.
Oh. It's a G.
Signif in Kent.
Now look at me right now. Say it faster.
Significant.
Wow.
Wow.
We're solving racism.
That was
One
better.
word at a time.
Your wow was too much.
Significant.
It's significant.
Significant.
Yeah.
But now you can't hear the other one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I unheard it once you said it. Now what are their names? Go ahead.
Adriana.
What's her name?
Jin Young.
Close enough.
G means whore, yeah, means itchy. You just call me an itchy whore.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Thank you. You speak.
You are an itchy whore.
I don't think I'm itchy.
Wait, what's my name?
Jaime.
Hi, man.
Yeah,
How do you spell it?
Jaime, aka
No,
Bob
no.
Dylan.
Oh, really? We're going to spelling now?
Yeah, because
No, fuck you. You can't even remember her name.
Yeah.
Okay, Adriana.
Oh.
Nah.
Wait, say it one more time.
No. We're not saying it again.
Wait, forgive me.
No, you're forgiven.
You are forgiven, but
Yeah.
okay, can you say that?
Adriana.
Yeah, sure. You know what? I'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah. That's good.
Wait, hold on. It's because I'm dyslexic.
Okay, I thought Andrew
I
was
know,
like
I
a.
feel so sorry. Sorry. Yeah, right.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Whoa. Great website.
Wow,
Great
great
one.
website.
Okay, can
I
you
don't
say?
like the, I don't like the website.
Can you say the?
Is that photo doctored?
That's real.
No, look at me right now. Is that photo doctored?
What's doctor? Like a
Changed.
Yassified? No, it's just made cartoonish.
Cartoonish.
My photo.
But you didn't do anything with the like, you know, what I mean, your jawline or any of that.
That's what I look like.
That's what you look like. Okay, yeah, like turn me like that.
I'm just trying to practice her name.
Yeah. Okay. I believe it.
I forgot my name.
What is it?
He just said it.
Oh my God.
He
Andre
did
Chen.
it.
Very good.
Wow.
Very good.
And I saw that picture, so I'm like, oh,
Exactly.
that's not her. So
Oh my.
I don't know how your mind works. I
That's
think
how
we should
he
do a
learned.
study. We can do a study.
That's how he learned.
Yeah.
you know, you gotta get the guy.
Can you say that?
The top right here.
Can you zoom in?
Zoom in.
Why is there X on top of
It's just a dot. Relax.
It's dots. Think of it as dots.
It's an I with a dot.
Zhang Yang?
Very
That's
good.
good.
Very good.
That's good.
All right.
Wow.
The class is over. We're not doing this anymore. We're not teaching you anymore.
Okay.
I think you've learned.
Okay. When are you gonna find your other significant other?
Significant other.
You know, I'm okay. Honestly, I'm okay being alone. Oh, the other day,
Yeah.
something happened.
Uh-huh.
So I'm hanging out with this girl.
What's that?
I'm coughing.
Okay.
I know that you are on
I was coughing.
So we eat this hamburger, right? Which is really good. Like it was a smash burger. But it kind of rattled my stomach in a weird way. And then we had sushi after that.
Oh.
And then at the end of sushi, they served this ice cream. You know, I'm lactose.
Yeah.
And she's driving, right? And then we're in the car, and as soon as we're maybe 2 minutes away from the restaurant, you know what I mean? My stomach goes, all right, let's go. Turn the machines on, or whatever. It's a factory. And all the people are clinking and clanking, right? And then all of a sudden, there's a countdown in my stomach.
Oh.
And it literally was an 8-minute countdown until I can't hold the, you know what I mean, the dam. Okay? As soon as we pull up to my hotel room, it was coming.
Oh.
Right? And I go, oh, I can see you later. Go to my dinner. And it was literally as soon as I got in my room, that was the time. I couldn't have held it further. I barely made it. Oh my God! Don't you? Yeah, that's ever happened?
Yes, yeah. Well, but if you are like farting in the bathroom in your boyfriend's house, you have to put a napkin on your asshole to muffle the sound. So it's like not like a. It's like,
Oh, you do that?
yeah.
You put napkin in your butthole
Yeah, when I'm
What?
farting.
when you're farting.
When there's
That
some,
works?
It's just like it's like when it's like a, you know, it's just like.
Yeah, we get we understand the fart noises. Yeah, they keep doing it as if we don't know. Yeah, when you fart, you don't cup it or spread your cheeks to
Okay,
get
here's
the
the
sound.
thing. I have no control over bladder. That's my issue. With butthole, full control.
Wow.
Like
Yeah,
we're
fuck
talking.
you. We have full control too.
No, like to a point where I'm surprised. You know,
Oh.
I don't even know how that's possible. But I will pee my
It's
pants.
like when Wolverine first discovered his claws.
Yeah, I didn't even know I had.
You know what I mean? He went sing, and he's like, as a kid, it was like, wow.
But
okay.
but but where I pay is my bladder is not good. Like I peed my pants so many times, and I wet the bed till I was like 10. You know,
Okay.
and I have no bladder control.
But the smell of bladder is, I have to pee, is different than poo, don't you think?
Yeah, there's no smell for a pee.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Have you ever shit your pants?
No, I pee my bed till I was 11.
I knew we had
Somehow-
something.
No one even asked for that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Nobody. Nobody.
This is Hollywood game night. Hello to all of you flying Delta. I'm America's number 2 lesbian. Here's how the game works. We pair normal people with real Hollywood celebrities. They play a series of short games, and the winner takes home $25,000. Let's meet our teams. From Madison, Wisconsin, it's Amber.
Hi, Jane. I love you on Glee.
That's enough. On Amber's team from Modern Family, it's Sophia Vergara.
I am make the most money of all the TV.
Next up is Oscar winner Christoph Waltz.
It is so good to be here playing games with all of my friends.
Pace yourself, Waltz. And finally, it's Morgan Freeman.
You know, we busy ourselves with the game so that the mind does not wander to death. And that is a quote from my new film, Dolphin Tale 2.
Nice, nice. And on the opposing couch, we have Tara from Boston.
Woo! I'm here to win.
And I'm here to keep Ellen on her toes. Okay, on Tara's team from Parks and Recreation, Nick Offerman.
I'm very excited to be here. You can't see it, but underneath this mustache, I'm grinning like a little girl.
Hollywood legend Al Pacino.
Is it too early to ask to go to the bathroom? I took the gold slaughter to milk on the way over here. It's for my balls. Doctors say they are, quote, dust. But I'm here, and I'm ready to play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Woof. And finally, from the Today Show, the one, the only, Kathy Lee Gifford.
What am I doing here? But I do love games. My husband Frank and I play hide and go seek. Problem is, when I hide, he doesn't seek. One time I found him in Barbados.
Kathy Lee, your personality is as strong as my cologne. All right, Tara's team, you're up. We're starting with a game called Snack Time, where we show you an unwrapped piece of candy and you tell us what it is. And that's a real game we play on this show. Here's your candy. Time starts out.
Jane, that is a healthy stool. Probably from a fox or a small child.
Oh, I got it. I stake my whole reputation on it. It's a tiny meatloaf.
I know what that is up there. It's a television. TV, phone, home. What am I saying? I'm not ET, but I do love riding in a bike basket. No, I don't.
Come on, it's a Snickers.
Uh-oh, we are losers. Now we know how Hilda feels. Don't worry, she's not watching this. She's out in the parking lot because she drove me here. She's my DD, my designated dummy. Other. What am I saying?
All right, Amber, your team's up with a game called No Harm, No Vowel. We show you a movie title with the vowels removed, and you guess the movie again. Real game played by real adults. Here's your clue. Time starts now. Oh.
Why must the vowels be marginalized, diminished, cast aside? In the great sweep of infinity, all letters are equal.
Got a guess there, Chief?
Titanic.
Oh, Jane, the answer is being very evident to me. It is obviously the famous Austrian film Von Kaiser des Schnitzen und Fräuleinsheiser.
I don't know the answer, but I do know I love Pepsi. I just made 1 billion monies.
It's Star Wars. My God.
Hey, Jane, I just realized something. You and I have the same haircut.
I don't cut my hair. This is just as far as it grows. All right, since we're tied at 0, it's time for the tiebreaker round. Each contestant gets to pick one celebrity from either team to play on their behalf.
I'll go with Al Pacino.
All right, let's go, baby.
And I'm gonna go.
Oh, pick me.
I guess I'll go with Kathy Lee Gifford.
Me? What? All right, well, I'm coming, but this train just got to stop at the wine cooler station.
Oh.
All right, Gifford, get on up here. Come on. We're going to play ball.
Chugga.
Right on it. Okay, let's get 10 seconds on the clock. Kathy Lee, you're first. Finish this movie quote. Life is like a box of
Tampons. Hoda's like, what are those? She doesn't need them anymore. Lady No Red. Grey Gardens. Is that a movie? I haven't seen it. What am I saying?
You're saying nothing. Nothing. All right, Pacino, your turn. 10 seconds on the clock. Finish this quote, my friend. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a...
Prostitute my home address. Last time I did that, I woke up and Chico duct taped to a fence. Joker kids were throwing rocks at me. Best night of my life.
Okay, that's all the time we have. Once again, the only winner is me. I won an Emmy for this. Good night.
No. Same.
Like things that I cannot say on your
stream. Yes, you can. Yeah.
I would have learned how to snap my toes for that fucking spatula.
Yeah. Yeah, I was seeing a blowjob for this special.
Wait, what did you just say? Sorry, zoned out.
What? Nothing.
'Cause I was gonna say the same thing. I think. What did you actually say before I lock in?
Did I also seen the blowjob for this spatula? Yeah. Pretty tame.
In game?
Yeah. Surely.
In Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft.
Speaking of nickels, dude, I used to go to this arcade called Nickel Nickel when I was a kid. Dude, that was the best. Every game cost like a certain
One
amount
nickel?
of nickels. It was great.
That's fire.
But some games like that were like, you know, the more expensive ones, you'd have to put like 12 of them in, and that got really tedious.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, damn, bro, just let me play. Like I was working a job, putting them things in.
How many for like one game?
The most was 12.
That's a lot.
Yeah. But that's where I cemented my DDR addiction.
I saw that.
Maybe one day you'll be blessed enough to see me actually play.
Holy shit, that'd be huge. I didn't. But
Motherfucker! Oh!
think you were on the late night show 7 times, and I've said this occasionally about other people who were on as kids. I'm going to call you a kid because I thought of you as a kid. That I almost have this feeling that is weird of pride, like that an uncle would have. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, Christina's coming to do the podcast. I remember her. Hasn't she done well? It's it's weird because I've done nothing to help you.
No, but you did.
Oh, I
You did. Like but coming on your show and like being able to promote myself and my work on your show and your support, because you can say like, no, I'm not having that asshole on my show. So like,
I've said that, and they booked them anyway.
Oh well.
And you're here today. And no, but I mean, you're one of those people who I have this strange feeling of, I'm proud of her. She's done well. And then I step outside myself and go, you're not related to her.
Yeah.
You're not, you know what I mean? It's very strange, but I had a lot of nice thoughts and memories today when you were coming on, and I am very happy for you that you've done so well. You just got your star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. What is that like? I mean, are you going to tend to your star? Are you going to go by? Is it like a house plant? I don't know how that works.
I don't know. I mean, it's been there. I haven't visited since the ceremony. I kind of thought about bringing stuff to my star, like my favorite flowers and a candle. But then I was like,
candles, like,
is that weird?
People will think, yeah, what happened to Christina Ricci?
I guess so.
Yeah, that's
but
not
maybe
good.
in some way I'm like trying to mitigate my feelings of mortality. In some way, like if we already act like I'm dead, maybe it won't be such a huge shocker. It's like when you call yourself 40 when you're only 37, and you're just like, I know I'm getting used to it. I wonder if maybe subconsciously that's what I'm doing. I'm not sure.
That's so
morbid.
That's so morbid. But also, I get it. I understand what you're doing because I have a very dark streak, and people think that I'm being morbid, and I think, no, I'm actually. I'm
practical.
I find it freeing to think. I've had this conversation with a bunch of my friends that I find it very freeing to think that I don't really matter, and that I'm here, and that I'm not here, and
I'm not there yet. Like, that's terrifying. But I do find it easier to just like accept that we're gonna die.
Yeah.
And then work with that.
So this is what the Hollywood Walk of Fame means
Did
to
to
you.
me. Well, that's but the
Your
thing,
inevitable death.
But when people bring up like the whole thing is about like legacy.
Welcome to the program, and we talked about Paul having been with Saturday Night Live years and years ago. What year was it, Paul? 72?
75. Through 80, yeah.
And how long have you been with the show?
This is my 4th season.
4th season. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. It takes about 4 seasons for people to notice that you're on.
Right. You mean people in the other cast members?
Oh, other cast members. People are finally remembering my name.
But as you're walking around now, they recognize you and they associate you with. Is that how it works?
Well, sometimes they get confused as to what they know me from, so they just throw out TV shows and hope one of them sticks. And they'll just be like, The Swan, America's Most Wanted.
The Swan.
How do I know you?
The Swan. Excellent choice. And you're not from here, I'm guessing, right?
No, I'm from Burlington, Massachusetts, which is right outside of Boston.
And what brought you to New York City?
Well, I moved here about 10 years ago, and I used to perform in Chicago. Yeah. Yay. And I wanted to act and perform here, and I had some pretty rough times when I first got here.
Well, that's the way it's supposed to be, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. How rough were they?
Well, they were so rough. No. That one time I was walking my dog, and he was doing his business.
What does
if I
that
may
mean?
say. He was taking a crap on the street.
I just okay, yeah.
That's cool, right?
Yeah, now I understand.
I wanted to make it smooth, but
Thank you.
I'll just speak plainly. Excuse me, Dave.
That's fine.
And one time, it was early on when I first moved to New York. I was really broke and really depressed. And my dog was taking a crap on the street. And a car drove by. It was filled with a bunch of young guys with French accents.
Oh, French accents. Punks. French punks.
French punks.
Yeah.
The city is littered with them. And they started making fun of me and my dog and the fact that I had to stand there and watch it. So I did what any person would do. I scooped up the dog crap and I threw it in their car and ran away.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Made me feel better.
What about spring in New York City? It's great, isn't it?
Great,
being here in
great
springtime?
weather, so exciting.
Yeah.
And the thing I love about New York is spring is window washing season for a lot of people that don't
I guess
know.
no, that's right. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and I live in a high-rise in New York City. And recently, I was working on SNL, and we have kind of a hard hours, late hours. So every once in a while, I have to take a little half sleeping pill, maybe to go to bed, or to do an interview. And whatever it takes.
Sure, I understand.
Whatever it takes. We all have our ways.
Yeah.
And so recently I took my sleeping pill, took a shower, kind of stumbled out of the shower and fell right on the top of my covers naked, went to sleep.
Wow.
I know what you're thinking. So
No, you don't know what I'm thinking. What do you think I'm thinking?
well, it's window washing.
Oh yeah, no, I
Window
wasn't thinking of that.
washing
Yeah.
So I fell asleep. The blinds were down in my apartment and the lights were out. And my husband is really excited about our blinds. They're those kind of fancy automated things that go up real slow. You know what I mean? You push a button and it's really great.
Yeah. And wait a minute. When do they go up slow?
Well, the cool thing is he hooked it up to our alarm clock. So when the alarm clock goes off, the lights and the blinds go up real slow to wake you up gently.
This guy's a genius.
Is a
for-
genius.
Yeah.
It's a genius.
Wow.
Yeah.
The alarm, like the clock radio, and then the.
I'm
blinds-
married to my super.
Oh.
Yeah. He's great. He's real handy. So he hooked it up to the alarm clock, but it goes up so slow often that I don't wake up.
Imperceptible.
It's too gentle. And I was on about a half a sleeping pill. So the blinds went up slowly. I woke up 2 hours later to find that the window washers had been outside my window for like 2 hours.
What?
And they were treated to a really boring, slow peep show with an unconscious woman. And we made eye contact when I woke up, and the gentleman I don't think was a fan of my work. Or my works.
Then how did we call an end to this?
We just kind of politely waved, and then I put the blankets over my head and I laughed for like 25 minutes.
I like that story. Tell us about this. I hope I didn't oversell it, but something lovely and exciting.
Very exciting. Well, I met President Obama. I got to go to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, which is a fun kind of dinner where the president gets to tell jokes. And we were lucky to be invited, and certainly so incredibly pleased that we got to go.
Now,
And
when you say we, who are we talking
my
about?
husband and I.
And your husband, what is his name?
Will Arnett.
Will Arnett.
Yes,
Sure,
yes.
yeah.
And he was my plus one. Or I was his. And so we get there, and we're lucky enough to be told that there's going to be a little audience before the White House Correspondents' Dinner. We may actually get to meet President Obama, which a thrill. And so the room is filled with all these smart, interesting people and famous people. And so we're there, and and just there's this small kind of room, and he's going to kind of walk through before he goes to dinner. And if you're lucky, you're going to get to meet him. So I have a little bit of social anxiety, and tend to not do so great in crowds. And so my choice is, I figure I'm just going to kind of hang in the back,
Right.
and as if the president will be like, "It's nice to meet you, but who's that girl ignoring me?" Well, that doesn't work. So I have to kind of make my way up there, and I stand next to him, and I have that terrible moment, when you're just trying to like lurking. So I tug on his sleeve, and like, cause I'm so short, I was just like a tug on his, and
Tugging on the sleeve of the president? Is that what you said?
I did a little tug, like a safe tug.
Yeah.
A tug, but I said, and I think I said something so, like I was like, excuse me, I don't even know what I said, I was so nervous. And he was like, I'll be right with you. I know, and I felt filled with shame. I was like, I got caught trying. So, anyway, he was generous, lovely, so nice, said hello. I meant to say great job, and I said something like, great Krog, Mr. Hackington.
Great Krog.
Great Krog, Mr. Hackington. Anyway, so unbelievable. Next day, go to the West Wing. We get a tour of the West Wing. Terrific. You know, and our tour guide is amazing. I always feel bad for tour guides. I want them to feel good about their tour, so I ask a lot of questions. So, you know, wow, this is really an Oval Office. This is where the, you know, look how oval it is. You were right. So we're there, and I say to the tour guide, is there ever a chance when you're touring the West Wing that the president is there? And he says, absolutely not. If the president was here, this place would be shut down. You guys wouldn't be here. 2 minutes later, out of just a little door, walks in the president in shorts.
Wow.
Shorts. Wow. Presidential shorts. And he had been playing basketball or something. It was Mother's Day. And he comes in, and now suddenly I've gone from a room of 200 sweaty celebrities to just 5 or 6 of us. And so I try to get some cool points. So I say, hey, great job last night, Mr. President. You did really well. You know. And he goes, oh, really, Amy? He knows my name. Yes, thank you. He says, Amy, you think I did a good job? I said, yeah, your jokes were great. Great delivery, great material. And he was like, all right. And he just leaned over and he gave me a fist.
Whoa.
Thank you. It's exciting. So, yeah, it was really exciting. And then my husband and I did that thing when really exciting things happen where you just like pretend like you're really cool, and then all the time you're like, did that really happen? Did it really get
So in one 24-hour period, you went from being presidential nuisance.
Lead tugger to one of those.
Yeah, buddy. That's good. You work in Los Angeles.
Yes.
And since you've had 2 children.
Yes, I have.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How's that? Double it up.
Doubling up.
And you're back now in New
I'm
York
back.
City.
I'm so happy to be back.
You like New York?
I love it. It's my home.
Yeah.
And just last night, I was in a cab, and you get a little cushy in LA. Everyone's kind of nice, and they're all in the business and everything. And I got in a cab, and the driver said, "Oh, are you from New York?" And I said, "Yeah, I live here, but I haven't been here in a while. I've been in LA." And he goes, "Oh, are you an actress?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm on a show on NBC." And he's like, "Yeah, okay."
Sorry to
I was
hear
like,
that.
I'm home.
Did now when you there's like you and your husband and then the 2
Right.
kids. That's 4. Oh my gosh.
Right.
And now that's a lot to move. That's like a Ringling Brothers kind of a deal.
Yeah.
Did you bring the kids in?
I didn't. I'm just here for a few days, and I traveled on my own.
What's that
And
like?
it's like, I feel like Angelina Jolie in The Tourist. When you are not with your children, you just feel like you're like walking through the airport in a trench coat, sipping espresso and peering at people over magazines. It's great. Traveling with 2 kids under 2 is very difficult, and everyone's been on a plane where kids have been melting down.
Yeah.
Yes. When they're your children, it's very difficult. And I was just on a flight recently, and both of my guys were just having a hard time at once. And a lady across the aisle from me leaned in and said, "Wow, you really can't catch a break, can you?"
Whoa.
Yeah. And then I thought for a second, and then I just said, well, you know, they're my kids, so I have to love them. But it looks like you're the one who's screwed.
Well, that's the important thing in life, to remind people that they're screwed. I haven't been to California in a long time, but the last time I was there, no point in renting a car because you're not getting out of the airport parking lot.
For sure.
The traffic is crazy. You don't drive in that mess, do you?
I do, and I've discovered I have a lot of road rage. Like just right here, ready to go.
Because in New York, probably no driving.
Yeah, I mean, when you're walking in New York, and you know, when you're walking, the pedestrian it's hard. I have, like, when someone does this, when you have an altercation or someone doesn't like the way you're driving or something happens and someone goes like this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I go so Boston. I get crazy.
You go Boston?
I go really Boston, and I go crazy. And I have thrown the double finger with my children in the car.
With the kids in the car?
I'm not proud of it.
There you go. Mother of the year. Wow.
I was like... I'm sorry, you'll cut that out. Very satisfying to do, though.
Yeah, I would think so.
But you know what is also satisfying is to find a word that's very, very aggressive without being a swear word. Because, you try not to swear in front of your children. So I find that man, woman, old, young, if you call someone sweetheart, it makes them really mad. So you just go, go ahead, sweetheart.
It just is so demeaning in a variety of ways. Yeah.
Everybody hates it.
How are the kids doing, by the way?
They're great. They're 3 and almost 2. They're giants. They're like giant
Are they
boys.
big kids?
Yeah. I used to see people, like new mothers walking around with their newborns in slings and like buying organic coffee and their baby was in their pocket.
Right.
And my guys were like 25 pounds in like a month. They're going to be as tall as me by the time they're in 5th grade.
I think you want large, hardy kids. I think you really do.
I like it. They sleep well. They're easy to, when they fall down, they get up. There's more padding.
Did you ever try one of those, I think they called them Baby Bjorn?
I did. I tried it for literally one day, and I put my boy in it, and I was like, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. I tried, I'm exactly like you. I tried it for one day, and I never knew whether it was supposed to go on the back or the front.
Well, people kind of brag like you can do both, and I don't know if you've ever seen anyone rock both of them, but they look like real ass.
Yeah.
But they're using their own babies to balance themselves. But my 3.5-year-old right now is kind of turning into like a possessive husband a little bit. He knows when I'm going out because if I'm dressed up or if I have shoes on, and he'll just kind of like today when I was dressed up to come here, he said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going out." And he said, "With who?"
Really?
I said, "I'm going to see some friends." I didn't want to tell him about you.
Of course no. Why?
I didn't want to confuse him.
Oh, no.
I didn't want to confuse
Keep
him.
it from, I think that's smart.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Well, put on a coat. Don't do anything I wouldn't do."
That's very nice.
I was like, "What? Read? You're 3." Thank you.
Yeah. You have 2 sons?
I have 2 boys.
2 years old.
4 and 2. And,
What are their names?
Archie is the 4-year-old, and Abel is the little
Great name, Archie
giant,
and
little
Abel.
red-headed giant. And Archie is turning into such a compassionate boy, and he's a lovely, kind kid. And the other day he came up to me while I was getting changed, and he put his hands on my shoulders and said, "Mom, I'm so sorry you don't have a penis."
Wow.
Isn't it nice?
Wow.
Thank you. And then he paused, and then he said, "But did you have one and break it?" Which I thought was his way of finding out if I was to have one, would I have taken good care of it, basically.
I've heard you take good care of them. Believe me, I think we've all heard of.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, that's interesting. My son is 9.
Right.
He and I have never had that conversation.
Well, that's right, because Dave, you have a
well,
penis.
yeah.
I would hope they never asked you that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you've never had that conversation.
Yeah, you're right. Well, there you go.
I think he feels kind of bad for me. But yeah, and now they're getting into this thing where you can use Santa to bribe them and to make them do things.
Now, is that a good idea?
It is. It is a good idea. It is a good idea. And there's an app where you can have Santa Claus call, like you can pretend like Santa Claus is calling, and you show the phone, and it's like this North Pole, Santa Claus is calling. And then you can, if they're acting badly, you can take the call, and you can do a very elaborate, like Bob Newhart style fake phone call where you pretend to talk to Santa, and you either say, "Santa, you're right, I think the deal's off, I don't think you should come."
Oh my God! Oh no! Because
That's right.
life goes by so quickly, and there's so little magic in life.
Right.
And what we have here is this, and you've now found a way to just peel back the layer of fantasy and bare the ugly, sinewy side of reality.
Thank you.
I saw where you had the Vice President of the United States on.
That's
By
right.
the way, 70 years old. How about that? Joe
Yeah,
Biden
he
is
looks
70 years
terrific.
old. Looks fantastic.
He looks great.
What was it? Did you have to go? Did he come to?
We went to him.
Oh, really? You had to go
we
to
went to Washington, and which was really great to. I mean, Washington is filled with so many young, educated people doing the work I hate doing, which is remembering people's names and returning phone calls and he was so lovely and so game. And my character Leslie Knope on Parks and Recreation is in love with Joe Biden, and he's her ultimate fantasy. She says often that she wishes she could find a guy with the brains of George Clooney and the body of Joe Biden. So when she meets him, she freaks out, and and I was really excited to meet him as well. And so we did a couple takes, and at the very end, just for the heck of it, I just went in for a kiss.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And how did that? What happened there?
He was so great, and I think he's used to a lot of crazy people because he just kind of handled it really, really. You learn a lot about yourself and the other person when you go in for a kiss.
Yeah. I mean, but is the Vice President the guy you want teaching you that lesson about yourself? Because now is he bound by being a public servant to comply, or did he?
Yes. If the president is not there to kiss me, he has to kiss
The Vice President actually.
President
See,
has to.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
A little known constitutional point. All right, let's take a look at the clip.
Oh, I thought we were going to go in for a kiss. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
There, take that.
Okay.
Okay is right. I'll tell that to your little buddies back there at NBC. Let's run down the current cast, and we'll just
Okay.
a brief comment on each one of them.
Okay, I'll do word association. I'll give you one word. Oh, I'm supposed to say their names?
Oh, no, I don't care. However you
Okay.
want to do it.
Okay, let's see. The two beautiful, wonderful people that left us early, Rob Lowe, Rashida Jones, the best. Nick Offerman, terrific, huge talent. Chris Pratt, saving the world one day at a time. Aubrey Plaza, beautiful genius. Adam Scott, my sexy TV husband. Aziz Ansari, Retta, Jim O'Hare.
It's a fantastic cast.
Yes.
I mean, you put all of those people together, you could have a show. You know what I mean?
You really could.
Yeah, you really could. But, I had something to say. I forget what I was going to say. Something about one of them that was, run through the names again.
Okay, it's Rashida, Rob, Aziz, Offerman, Nick, Pratt, Aubrey, Adam, Retta, Jim O'Hare, George Clooney. I don't know who you're thinking of.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm also like panicking that I'm forgetting somebody.
No,
Have I forgotten
everybody's good.
anyone?
But
Okay.
Nick Offerman, what a guy.
What a
Nick
guy.
Offerman. Yeah, and Adam Scott, you
Yes.
see him in a lot of great things.
He's a terrific actor.
And here's what it is.
Yes.
The one that I remember, Aubrey.
Yes.
I always remember because she is a recovered stroke victim.
Yes, that's right. Probably how she wants to be referred to.
But I'm
Probably. probably the headline she wants.
But she's been on the show
Yes,
many times, and we've talked about
Yes,
it.
she's an amazing, amazing
Yeah, but she had a
actress.
stroke when she was like 22 or something.
That's right, and it gave her comedic powers. Now she can read minds, see through walls.
But I mean, I'd be worried if maybe we shouldn't even talk about this.
Yeah.
Because it's her last. It's going to be very emotional.
It is, and I have to say I'm not very good with endings, so I fear that I'm gonna misbehave a little bit at the ending. Like I do have these fantasies where I just tell everybody what I really think of them, and then hit on the camera department and then light the set on fire. But I think it will be nice.
That would be great, though.
Wouldn't
Do
it?
that.
Wouldn't
lovely family that you've worked with at some cost, because you can't really do anything else when you get a show like that. What do you want to do after? And people are always saying to me, "Oh gosh, Dave, what are you gonna do now?" I'll be at Costco. That's where I'll be. But what do you think?
Well, I mean, you can probably not imagine jumping into anything else, right? It just probably is
what I've done all my life.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to take a little time and digest this great experience, and then, you know, what's turning me on lately is producing and writing and directing more. So I'm going to do that.
You know what's good is when you and Tina Fey do stuff together.
Yes, we like to do stuff together. Thank you.
I think the world of Tina Fey, but it's clear that you're the funnier of the two.
What About Bob? Bill wore a t-shirt that said, "Don't hassle me, I'm local." But since he's a first-time visitor here in the clubhouse, he's about to be hassled by this local, because Bill Murray, the time has come for you to plead the fifth. I have 3 questions. You may plead the fifth to only one. Since you were a part of both celebrations, which was better, SNL 40 or SNL 50?
SNL 40, we did a great sketch at the beginning, and then we got to watch the rest of the show, and I just drank red wine for the whole rest of the show. That was a great show. But SNL 50 also included a show we did on Friday night at Radio City.
The concert
that
was so
included
great.
all the music acts, or many of the musical acts, of 50 years. And that's something, you guys are on Peacock, right?
Yeah.
Kaboom. All right, so it's on Peacock. You can find the 50th show that's at Radio City on Peacock. It's an extraordinary thing to see.
Yeah.
And people like Eddie Vedder especially did like a very, very, very powerful version of a Tom Petty song, and where he spoke about all the people that were lost. And, you know, there were just musical moments like that that were extraordinary. Radio City, you know, 5,000 or 6,000 people in there just getting their brains and their hearts beaten out for over 3 hours. It's a beautiful show to see. So 50's the big winner.
All right. In honor of your long-standing collaboration with Wes Anderson, having been featured in 9 of his films, can you rank these Wes Anderson movies from favorite to least favorite? Royal Tenenbaums, Life Aquatic, Moonrise Kingdom, Grand Budapest Hotel.
Well, Grand Budapest was sort of was the really all the professional, technical aspects of it really are incredible.
Yes.
For me, the Life Aquatic was the most challenging, hard job that I ever had. It almost cost me my life and my personal life.
Okay.
But Moonrise Kingdom was a really beautiful, lovely film, and I got to work with and have a wonderful time with Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
We should remember today he just had a birthday.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis is a good guy, a good guy.
Yeah.
And he was a good friend and really always understood. Bruce Willis was a page at NBC.
Wow.
When I was on Saturday Night Live.
No way.
Yeah, he was a page. And his job was to come and to refill, this sounds like insane, but his job was to come and go to the dressing rooms and refill the M&Ms and pretzels kind of thing in the actors' rooms. And I remember when I met him after he was already a successful guy, he said, "You and Gilda were nice to me." And I thought, okay. And that's, you know, I always thought, okay, I'm good with this guy. But he was a good guy.
Yeah.
So the other movie can't be any good. What was it? Oh,
Royal
The Royal Tenenbaums. So The Royal Tenenbaums, that's Gene Hackman. May he rest in peace.
Yes.
That was probably a singularly great. There was a great actor named Michael Gambon in The Life Aquatic that I love too much.
Yeah.
Too, but Gene Hackman was extraordinary in The Royal Tenenbaums, and it was shot in New York City, and it was incredibly challenging to shoot in like Upper Manhattan. And it was just fun. Everything Wes has done has been an interesting life experience, and he's made all of our lives as actors and people much more interesting.
All right, you have spoken about how much you loved working with Selena Gomez in your 2019 film, The Dead Don't Die. Bill Murray, can you name 3 Selena Gomez songs?
No, I absolutely can't.
He didn't plead the fifth, everybody. Nationwide. Bill is throwing fruit into the audience, garnishes. Scott McGee and David Siegel are the co-writers and directors of The Friend. What a great time. I am lit. Let's go back to the virtual fans. Meg and Madison from Philadelphia. What's your question for Naomi Watts?
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Is it true that you were considered for the role of Miranda Priestley in The Devil Wears Prada before it went to Meryl Streep?
I had no idea. This is the first I'm hearing it. As if they would come to me before Meryl.
All right.
Naomi is a bitch, but she's no Meryl Streep bitch.
All right.
Oh my God.
Let's go to Jessica. Hi, Jessica. Hey, Bill.
Oh my gosh, hey,
Hey, Jessica. Hey, Bill Murray. Guess where Jessica's from?
Don't tell me. I'm gonna guess Mars.
Similar. She's from Cleveland.
Cleveland.
And not only that, what is your connection? I don't know. I didn't know if you would guess. What is your connection to Bill Murray, ma'am?
I have him tattooed on my arm.
Wow. Can we see it?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God.
There it is. Bill. That's major.
Now, I'm going to guess again. Are you sure it's not Mars?
What's your question? What's your question?
What was the most euphoric part about being in the Chicago Cubs locker room during the 2016 World Series win?
I'll tell you. Well, it was euphoria. The Cubs hadn't won in 108 years. Is that right? And they won, and the Fox team really didn't know exactly how to handle it. And one guy, we have time for this?
Yeah.
So basically, I have few regrets. I've made a lot of mistakes, but I don't regret most of them. One regret I have is that Eddie Vedder and I, who's also a great Cub fan, Ended up on the field after the Cubs had won the World Series in Cleveland. Sorry. But, and there was idling this 2016 Chevy Camaro or some kind of Corvette or some kind of, it's idling there, and he looks at me, and I look at him, He really wanted to steal the car and drive around the field, but we realized we'd never be allowed back into Cleveland again if we did.
Okay. Would that be the worst thing?
No.
Okay.
No, not just from, it could, no matter where it was. It's the only, that's why I said I regret, I wish we'd done it. But we went into the locker room, and you know, you see people with the goggles on when they're doing the champagne thing. People curse on your show.
Yes, do it.
Yeah, it's complete bullshit. Anybody that wears goggles when you win a world championship is half a person.
Yeah.
If you can't take the sting of champagne when you won a championship, I don't want to know you.
Yes.
I really don't want to know you, because they were pouring champagne on my head, not that I did anything, and it felt so good. It felt so great, and it was actually kind of an eye wash. I thought I saw things clearly, and
it was kind of an eye wash. Is that what you said?
I've turned my life around since 2016. I'm a different person.
Wow. Bill, Pat,
you have champagne here.
Yeah, just spray it in your eyes.
Try it yourself at home. 1 bottle, 2 bottles, you'll know.
Yes. Bill, what were the after parties like at SNL in the day?
Well, my particular after party was, I always had to sort of decompress, so I went from down in the studio at 8H up to the offices at 17, where I had like a tiny little refrigerator, and I had the guys from Bill's Liquors on 54th Street across from the Monkey Bar deliver me 4 bottles of champagne. Not that I was like that way, but I had like friends that would come from back home and so forth, and I'd just say, come on up here, and